Hi everyone, welcome back to Perfectly Imperfect Yoga class with me, Shelly. I'm so glad you're here to do yoga with today. I hope you're all doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're sitting here, I like to sit on my block, nice and relaxed. Hands are on our legs, palms facing up, lifting our sternum. Shoulders are over our hips, belly's pulled in slightly. You might connect your thumb and your pointer finger. Gentle smile on our face. And now we might close our eyes and just bring our awareness into our breath. Notice how our belly rises on our inhale. Exhale, relaxing our jaw and our shoulders all the way down through our sit bones. Notice the sound of your exhale. Start your Ujjayi breathing, nice and grounded. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere. Let everything melt down toward our mat. Go ahead and set your intention for your practice here today. Just pick a virtue or a quality that you would like to cultivate from your time here on your mat. Go ahead and open up our eyes. Now we're going to stretch out that right arm. Left hand goes over our fingers, stretching out that arm, pulling those fingers back gently. Inhale to our pinky, gently pulling back. Ring finger, middle finger. Notice that stretch going up through your palm into your forearm. Pointer. And then we'll reach underneath to that thumb, gently pulling our thumb down toward the floor. And release, bringing our hands back down to our legs. Stretching out that left arm, right hand goes over our fingers, gently pulling back. Inhale to our pinky, ring finger, middle finger. We're just waking up all our energy lines, getting our whole body ready for our practice. And then reaching underneath to our thumb. Nice little twisting stretch there. Feel that energy running through your hands and your arms now. Inhale, rolling those wrists up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, rolling our wrists the other way. Hands come down to our legs. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, chin comes down toward our chest. Take our right hand behind our head and relax down your spine. Chin comes down toward our chest, opening up the back of our neck there. And release, inhale ourselves back up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Right hand goes around the side of our head. Little pressure there. Release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Left hand goes around the side of our head, putting a little pressure there on the side. Relaxing that right arm. And release, inhale our head back up. And now we'll just float our head on top of our spine, bringing everything back into alignment. Nice big inhale. Exhale, relaxing one more time down our spine. Very good. All right, now we're going to put our block off to the side for now, and we're going to come on up to all fours, warming up our spine with cat-cow. We've got the heels of our hands below our shoulders, our knees are below our hips. Next inhale, drop that belly down, look straight ahead, tailbone goes up. Exhale, rolling our back up toward the ceiling, tucking our tailbone under, looking back at our thighs. Inhale, drop our belly down. Exhale, rolling our back up. Inhale, drop our belly down one more time. And exhale, rolling our back up toward the ceiling, pushing our hands and feet into the mat. And coming back to neutral back. Now, next inhale, we're going to pick up our right hand and our left knee and balance, extending through that right hand and back through our left foot. Pushing that left hand into the mat, our belly's pulled in, extending through that right shoulder, reaching to the two sides of the room. Exhale, hand and knee come back down, adjusting here. Now we're going to pick up that left hand and our right knee, pushing our right hand into the mat, extending through our left hand, back through our right foot, reaching, waking up all those muscles. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. Very good. Now we're going to do a little twist. We're going to take this right hand and bring it under our left and bend our left elbow. Sliding that right hand over to the side, we're going to bring our head down to the mat, relaxing our head there. Very good. Nice, gentle twist, and it's a nice little inversion. Our head's below our heart here. Inhale, lifting ourselves back up, adjusting, taking our left hand under our right, bending our right elbow, sliding our hand over, bringing our shoulder and our head down to the mat, relaxing our lower back. Relax your jaw and your shoulders. And we'll inhale ourselves back up. Very good. Now we're going to come up to down dog. So at this point, I'm going to take off my socks. Sometimes I'm kind of chilly when I start my yoga practice, so my socks might be on or my hoodie, and then I just kind of take things off as I progress. So now I need those socks off. We're going to tuck our toes under and lift our seat up to down dog. All right, adjusting into down dog here, spreading out our fingers, looking back at our knees. We're going to lift those sit bones up toward the ceiling and tilt our pelvis forward a little bit. Belly comes in and under our rib cage. Extending through your shoulders, turn your elbows in slightly toward each other. Head's nice and loose. Very nice. Now we're going to inhale and just walk those feet up between our hands and stay folded over here for ragdoll. Relaxing down our spine. We're going to shake our head a little bit here, nod our head. And then inhale, bend our elbows, hold our elbows with our hands, relaxing our shoulders. And we're just going to seesaw our arms back and forth here. And then up and down. So good for our spine. Our knees can be a little soft here if you want. If you soften your knees, your torso comes down a little bit further. You get more of that traction in between your vertebrae. Now, here we go. Inhale, we're slowly going to start to lift. Arms are nice and loose, head's nice and loose. Slowly coming up, one vertebrae at a time. Lifting our sternum. Head comes up, shoulders come over our hips, belly's pulled in. Nice big inhale. Exhale, relaxing down our spine. All right, very good. Now we're ready for our 3 sun salutes. I step up to about 2/3 of the way up my mat. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank, or you can hop back and chaturanga down. You can always go knees, hips, chest. Inhale, cobra. We could do baby cobra, cobra, or you can do up dog. My knees are off the mat on up dog. Exhale, down dog. Looking back at our knees. Now we're going to take 5 deep Ujjayi breaths here. And really get into your pose. Spread out those fingers. Push the heels of your hands into the mat. Head's nice and loose. Tilting our pelvis forward. Turn our knees in toward each other just a little bit. Little micro adjustment. And that opens up our hips a little bit there. That hip joint. Then we're going to inhale. Walk or hop or shuffle your feet up between your hands. Lift a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, here we are in down dog. Nice big breaths here. Belly's pulled up under our rib cage. Jaws nice and relaxed. Next inhale, feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold, and reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, heart center. Here we go one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. All right. Here we are in down dog. Now that we're warmed up a little bit, we're going to shift our weight to our right foot. Pick up your left foot, put your left foot up toward the ceiling. Extending there, bend your left knee, and look under your left hand. Hello! And you're going to let that knee hang over, getting a big stretch through that left side. Nice strong arms. Exhale, bring that foot back down. Adjust. Now we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side. Shifting our weight to our left foot, bend our right knee. Right foot goes up. Then bend that knee, look under your right arm, let that right leg hang over toward the left. You're shifting your weight to your left hand there a little bit, big stretch through that right side. And then exhale, bring that hand back down. Give our head a little shake. Inhale, walk those feet up between our hands, lift halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, heart center. All right. Bring your arms down, very good. All right, we can really feel that energy going through our shoulders, right, and our upper arms, so strong. All right, now, moving on, we're gonna do our standing poses next. So, here we are, we're gonna combine everything with the vinyasa. The best way to describe this kind of yoga is Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga. If people are saying, what kind of yoga is it? It's based on Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga, where our poses are coupled with our breath and vinyasas to move between each pose. So here we go, on to our standing poses. Standing nice and straight, chins up, belly's pulled in. We're going to inhale and bend those knees and bring our hands up to chair pose. Our hands are above and in front of our head, and we're going to engage our shoulders and our arms. Relax your sacrum a little bit. Let your sacrum go out. You can lower your seat a little bit then and engage your hips and your legs. Everything's pushing towards center line. Now we're going to inhale, straighten our legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank. We're going to chaturanga down. Remember, knees, hips, chest are always available. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, now here we go with our standing poses with our right lunge. We're going to lift up that right foot and swing it forward. Left foot's turned out. Heel comes down to the mat, pushing our right foot into the mat. We're looking straight ahead, and our arms come up over our head. Warrior one here. So we want to make sure our knee is right over our ankle. Left leg is straight and strong. Hips facing forward. Palms facing each other. Shoulders away from our ears. We want our hands to be right over our shoulders. And here we can engage our shoulders and our arms like we're holding an invisible ball above our head if we want to build that upper body strength. Nice big inhale here. We're going to turn to the left. Left arm goes back. Right arm goes forward. Think about our shoulders staying right over those hips. Gazing over those right fingertips. Knee stays right over our ankle. We're going to open up through our hips. Reaching with our hands, gently pushing our feet into the mat. Nice and grounded. Inhale, bend this right arm. Right arm comes down to our leg. Our left arm swoops down, and here's where we can bring in that block. Dropping our hand down to our block. You could do flat hand or tent hand, TP hand. Block can go at any level. Our left arm swoops down and comes up to about 2 o'clock. My upper arm is right here by my ear. My hand is facing right, and I'm reaching up toward the ceiling. Extending there through my shoulder. Maybe a little pressure on that right leg. Always at least 5 breaths in each pose to let our body really feel all the benefits, really get into it. All right. Inhale, bring that left arm down, and we're going to lift and adjust here. Now, getting ready to twist. We might walk that right foot out to the side a little bit, reaching forward with our left hand. Inhale, twist to the right. Put that left elbow over your right leg, relaxing down our spine. My left hand rests over my shoulder. It lets me twist a little bit more. My right hand comes behind my back, relaxing my lower back. My left heel is on the mat. Nice little twist. Very good. Now we're going to release and adjust. Push your right foot into the mat, lifting and straightening out that right leg. Getting ready for our pyramid and our triangle pose. Okay, hips are facing straight ahead. We're going to bend at our waist, keeping both legs straight, reaching forward with our hands, and then both hands come down. Now here we can use our block too. In fact, this is a great place to use your block because we want this right leg to stay straight. That's the most important thing to get the benefit of the pose. So we're going to relax down our spine, let our belly come down toward our thigh. We want to be looking there toward our shin and maybe back toward that back leg. I take my right hand on the outside of my foot for pyramid pose. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Notice that nice big stretch going up through the back of that right leg. All right. Next inhale, we're going to bring that right hand inside of our foot. And then we're going to take that left arm to the side and then up to the ceiling. Following with our eyes, looking up through those fingertips, reaching with that left arm, pushing our right hand into the block or into the mat, feeling that great stretch go up through the inside of that right leg. You could even open up wider here if that's available. Might feel good. Exhale, left hand comes down. Now we're going to bend that right knee, take our right hand out to the side, flip our left foot up, rocking back to a nice strong plank here. And now we're going to chaturanga down. Now, if you'd like to do this with me, we're going to do a nice slow chaturanga, building upper body strength. Next exhale, slowly come down. Make it last your whole long exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Remember, you can always do less. Find your happy edge. Okay, here we go with our standing poses on our left side. So we're going to shift our weight to our right foot. Left foot comes up inside of our left hand, turning our right foot out, lifting our torso, arms come up for warrior one on that left side. Making our adjustments, making sure our knees right over our ankle, nice straight strong right leg, shoulders away from our ears, holding that invisible ball between our hands. Very nice. Big inhale here. We're going to turn to the right, left arm goes down, right arm goes back, and we're going to look over those left fingertips. Thinking about that left foot being right over our ankle, reaching with our arms, shoulders away from our ears, gently pushing our feet into the mat, belly's pulled in slightly. All right, inhale, bend this left arm comes down to our leg, our right arm swoops down and goes up to 10 o'clock. Now here we can bring that block in, lowering that left hand down. Reaching up to 10 o'clock. Little pressure on that left leg, extending through your shoulder. Very nice. Nice deep grounded ujjayi breathing to fill up your pose. Inhale, right arm comes down, lifting our torso, taking it a bit wide, getting ready to twist. Reaching forward with that right hand. Inhale, twist to the left. Right elbow goes over that left leg. Right hand's resting on our shoulder. Left hand's behind our back. Now we're going to turn our gaze and look over that left shoulder. Relax our lower back. Relax your jaw. Maybe a little pressure on that left leg with our arm. Nice, straight, strong right leg. And release and untwist. Very good. Adjusting here, push your left foot into the mat and straighten it out. So good. All right, now getting ready for triangle pose. I'm going to turn around this way. So we're going to start with pyramid, turning our hips to face straight ahead, bending at our waist, reaching forward, and then our hands come down. You can always use our block. Let our head come down, looking at our shin or back at our back knee. Big stretch going up through the back of that left leg. Next inhale, we're going to bring that left hand inside of our foot. And then we're going to bring that right arm straight to the side and then up to the ceiling. Little pressure on that left leg, reaching with our arm, pushing our left hand into the mat or the block. Relax our lower back. And exhale, right hand comes down. Left hand goes over to the side. Bend our knee, flip our right foot up. Rocking back. We've got a nice plank here. Chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, we're gonna exhale to child's pose. So let's bend our knees. Big toes come together. Our seat is gonna come down to our heels. Relaxing down our spine, taking our hands forward. Our head comes down to the mat. And then let's bring those arms around to the sides of our calves. Relaxing here. Relaxing those shoulders away from our spine. Relaxing our lower back. Nice deep breathing. All right, here we go now. Inhale, take our hands back in front, up above our head, lifting our seat, tucking those toes under. Seat goes up to down dog, looking back at our knees. Head's nice and loose. Let's take a few breaths here in down dog. Lifting those sit bones up toward the ceiling, extending through our shoulders. Belly's pulled up in under our rib cage. Right, next inhale, feet come up between our hands, lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to inhale to chair. And then exhale to skier. Our arms come parallel to the mat. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Our sacrum goes out. Exhale, heels come down to the mat. Twist to the right. Put your left elbow over your right leg. And just twist and turn, look to the right. And then maybe look up toward the ceiling. Lower your seat a little bit. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing. Draw from the well of your Ujjayi breath. Next inhale, we're going to untwist, bring our hands to the mat, and straighten our legs. And here, I just like to bend my knees right to left, bringing that blood flow back into my quads, working so hard for us here. Next inhale, we're going to come up to chair again. Exhale, skier. Inhale, hands come to heart center. My sacrum goes out a little bit. Exhale, heels go down, I twist to the left, my right elbow goes over my left leg, and I'm looking up toward the ceiling. Think about your left elbow being right on top of your right elbow, maybe lowering your seat a little bit. Deep, grounded Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, untwist, hands come down to the mat, straighten out those legs, bend your knees back and forth. Woo! So good. Now we actually do chair pose one more time. Inhale to chair. Engage your shoulders and your arms, your hips and your legs, everything's pushing toward middle line. You can always do less. Inhale, straighten those legs. Palms come together. Exhale, thumbs come down to heart center. Relaxing down our spine, hands come down. Very nice, good work. And now we go and move on to our balance poses. So, our balance pose today is dancer pose. So, dancer is super fun. You can always be next to a wall or a chair in your balance pose. So if you want to adjust and move somewhere, that would be great. It also helps as you're doing a balance pose to find a focal point on the floor or something. I like to balance pose off my mat, but for focus reasons, I'm here on my mat to stay where the camera is most focused on me. Okay, so dancer pose. We always start before we balance in a nice equanimous standing pose. Shoulders over our hips, hips over our feet. Now, all right, so here we're going to shift our weight to our left foot, bend at our waist, bending that right knee, and connecting there at our ankle with our hand. Now, find that focal point to look at and see if you can lift your sternum, holding that ankle. Now, next inhale, we're going to lift that left arm up toward the ceiling, lifting our sternum, and we might push our right foot into our hand, maybe bringing that left arm parallel to the floor. Wherever you can hold today for 5 breaths, stay at that position, making little micro adjustments, building balance and strength. And then after 5 good breaths of equanimity, we're going to bring that hand back down and release. Now, what's most important is that we hold 5 breaths of balance wherever we're at to build our balance. So it's better, I'm just going to show you an example real quick. It's better if you stay here today and hold it for 5 breaths than keep trying to push up like this and falling for 5 breaths, because we're not building balance that way. If we stay here for 5 breaths, making micro adjustments and holding our balance, we're building muscle memory and strength and balance. And then maybe next time we can come up a little bit higher. So find where you're at today and hold equanimity there. Here we go on the other side. We're bending our knees, bending at the waist, lifting up that left foot, connecting there with our hand. Lifting our sternum, finding that focal point. We can have a soft knee, shock absorber, lifting up that right hand, pushing our ankle into our hand, maybe bringing that right arm parallel to the floor. Find where you are today. Little micro adjustments to hold for 5 breaths. 5 good breaths. We'll lift and bend that knee, releasing our foot. Very nice. And then come back here. Now, notice that energy moving through your legs. Nice big inhale, exhale, relaxing, spreading at our feet. Nice and grounded on our mat. Very good. Okay, now, we're going to move on to our wide angle poses. So for wide angle poses, you can just face me. Have your feet wider than your hips. I'm going to go this way so you can see what I'm doing and hear me better. Looking straight ahead. Your sacrum comes out a little bit, lifting our sternum. We're going to reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. We're going to bring those hands down below our shoulders. Relaxing down our spine all the way down until we're looking behind us. Relaxing our shoulders and our arms, our heads nice and loose. Tilting our pelvis forward a little bit, getting a little deeper stretch in the backs of our legs. Give your head a little shake. We're creating space between our vertebrae here. Getting that blood flowing all through our spine, so good for us. All right, now we're going to inhale and lift ourselves back up. Okay. For the next pose, we're going to inhale, lift our sternum, and bring our hands behind our back, lacing our fingers together. Drawing our shoulder blades together toward our spine, our hands will come away from our seat, belly's pulled in, exhale, fold. Head comes down until we're looking behind us and our hands go up. Big stretch in our shoulders here. Spread out your toes, relax your hips, relax your jaw. Take your hands and push them up a little bit higher toward the ceiling. Nice big stretch in those shoulders. Very nice. Feel yourself move with each breath. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing. And we're going to inhale and lift. Slowly coming up. And release. Alright, shoulders are nice and loose here. Getting ready one more time. This time we're going to inhale, reach up to the ceiling, and we're going to get our peace fingers ready or our hands. We're going to use our hands to bind here. Exhale, fold. Now our hands go around our calves or our ankles, or we're going to put our 2 fingers around our big toes. We want to bind with our hands. Bend our elbows here. The key is to keep those knees straight. That's what's most important. If you bend your knees, it changes the pose. It doesn't work where it's supposed to work for this. So whatever you do, keep those knees straight. Okay, so we're going to bend our elbows a little bit, pull ourselves a little bit deeper into the pose. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. Maybe tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. You can shift your weight to your outsides of your ankles. Nice stretch going up there into our calves, if that feels good. And now we're going to inhale and bring our hands together, bending our knees. And we're going to start to rock back and forth, sliding those feet in under our sit bones for a nice little squat here. This is called Malasana. And your heels, everybody's different in the backs of their legs and their Achilles. So your heels can be up off the mat or down. We just want to kind of find our balance here. Maybe find a focal point to look at in front of you. Little pressure on the insides of our legs. Maybe bringing those hands up to heart center. Relax our lower back. Relax our jaw. Notice that breath. All right, now our hands are going to come down in front of us, and we're going to go into deer pose next. So let's bring our left knee down. And our foot comes forward. Our right leg is going to go behind us. I'm going to kind of go sideways here. And we're going to bring that left sit bone down to the mat. So in pigeon pose, we had our sit bone up off the mat. In deer pose, we're actually lowering our seat down to the mat here. And our hands come in front of our left shin. Okay, so for deer pose, you might use your block here for this too. And I'll show you what we're going to do. So our left hip there is the focal point. We're going to bring ourselves down to our elbows, kind of making our adjustments. Now here we want to rest our head on something. So it could be your block. You might stack your fists one on top of the other, resting our head there. Maybe flat hands. Maybe your head comes all the way down to your mat. Relax your lower back. Relax that right leg. Our jaw and our shoulders, everything's melting down toward the mat. If you need to back off a little bit, if you're feeling it too much in that left hip, you can walk your hands over to the left. If you're not feeling it enough, you can walk your hands over to the right. Kind of find that point of discomfort but not pain, where you're getting that nice stretch there. And breathe into that right hip. All right, now let's inhale, lift ourselves back up. Walking our hands back. Now our left hand goes below our shoulder here, And we're going to take our right hand up to the ceiling. Next inhale, we're going to lift those hips up toward the ceiling and let our head hang back. And as our head hangs back, our right hand goes down toward the floor, getting that big stretch through our psoas muscle, that hip. Nice inversion, looking back, letting our head hang back. Maybe push that hip up a little bit higher, pushing our right knee into the mat. And next inhale, we're going to bring that hand back up to the ceiling, and then our seat comes back down. Shoulders come over our hips, adjusting here. Now we're going to do a little twist to the left. Left hand goes behind our back, our right hand goes over our left knee, lifting our chin. Exhale, we're just going to twist to the left, looking over that shoulder. Maybe a little pressure on our left knee, pushing our right knee into the mat. And release and untwist. Very good. Now we're just going to rock back and switch to the other side. Here we go. Deer pose on the right. We've got our hands in front of our shin. Walking ourselves down. Elbows come down. Adjusting that left leg. Adjusting our hands so we can rest our head there. Relaxing our jaw and our shoulders. We want to start breathing into that right hip. Move yourself so you've got that point of discomfort but not pain. Your happy edge. Relax our jaw and our shoulders. Relax that left leg. Breathing into our right hip. All right, inhale, lifting ourselves up. We're going to take this right hand below our shoulder. Left hand goes up to the ceiling. Next inhale, lifting our hips up. Look up beyond those left fingertips, pushing that lift hip up. Knee pushes into the mat, and then we're going to relax our head and let that hand go down toward the floor. Nice arch, like making a rainbow. Big stretch through our psoas muscle, our hip flexor, down into our quad. And then we'll inhale, hand goes back up to the ceiling, bringing our seat down. Very nice. Adjusting here, head comes over our pelvis. Then we're going to twist. Twisting to the right, left hand goes over our right leg. Looking over that right shoulder. Pushing your left knee into the mat. Maybe a little pressure on that right leg. And release and untwist. Leaning back, we'll bring both knees together and then bring those legs forward for forward folds. Here we go. All right. We've got both of our feet forward. And we've got our belt here. If you'd like, you can push your hands into the mat and just let your spine hang there. Kind of brings everything nicely back into alignment. Flexing those feet. We're going to inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, lean forward. Belt goes over the arches of our feet. Chin goes toward our shins. Bending our elbows, gently pulling ourselves into the pose. Tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. Shoulders come away from our spine. Nice big stretch through your back. Good. And release and bring yourself back up. Belt goes over our head again, reaching up. Exhale, fold. This time the belt's going to go around the balls of our feet, or if you're using your hands can go over the top. Bending our elbows, chin goes to our shins. Relaxing down our spine. Noticing that stretch go up into the backs of your knees, the tops of your calves. Breathe into that space where you're feeling the strongest sensation. You can relax your jaw and your shoulders. All right, and release that belt and come back up. And now this time we're just gonna point our toes or take the balls of our feet down toward the floor. Reach up to the ceiling again. Exhale, fold, pointing our toes. Bring your hands down to the sides of our legs. Turning our knees in toward each other a little bit. We want to feel that nice stretch on the tops of our ankles, the tops of our feet, going up into our shins. Really good for shin splints, tendinitis. Very good. And then we'll bring ourselves back up. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to come down to side plank. So if you want to just lean back, bend your knees, bring that left elbow down to your mat and straighten out our legs here. So here, I've got my elbow right below my shoulder, my right hand's in front of me, and my feet are flexed. We can bend that right knee and bring our foot in front to help support us as we lift up into side plank. Next inhale, we're going to lift our hip off the mat, pushing that left elbow into the mat and pushing our foot into the mat. Now, you might stack that left foot on top of your right, or you could leave this foot in front. That's fine. Then we take that right arm up to the ceiling. Belly's pulled in. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. Nice strong shoulder there. Making little micro adjustments. Pushing that left foot into the mat. All right, next exhale. Foot comes down, hip and hand. And then we're going to push ourselves back up. All right, ready to go on the other side. Here we go. We're going to flip our legs. You can just roll on your mat if you want, whatever. Bring that right elbow under your shoulder. Nice straight line here. We want, sometimes in side plank we want to be like this so we can see what our legs are doing. So kind of just think about our feet being in line with our hips and shoulders. Bending that top knee, foot comes down to the mat. Next inhale, push that elbow into the mat, your foot and your flexed foot. Your right foot is flexed. Now, with that right foot flexed, pushing into the mat, you can stack your left foot on top of your right. Nice strong shoulder there, belly's pulled in. Reaching up with that left arm. Nice deep grounded breath. All right. And then we'll put that foot down, hand comes down and hip. Very good. Where are we going next? Let's come bring our belly down to the mat. Here we go. Oh, relaxing here on our mat. Bend your elbows. Cheek comes to the mat. Relaxing here. Very good. Just let your body kind of digest that pose before we move on. All right. Our next pose is going to be bow pose. So, for bow pose, we're going to bring both arms around to our side. And we're going to turn our head and look. Well, let's do locust first. We'll do locust and then we'll do bow pose. But we prep it the same way. So for locust pose, we've got our nose here, down toward the mat. On our next inhale, we're going to squeeze your glutes, lift your legs, and lift your shoulders and your arms up toward the ceiling. Reaching back with our hands, lifting our feet a little bit higher, reaching to the back of the room. Very nice. Squeeze those glutes. Nice deep ujjayi breath. Feeling our pose. They say your pose is like the cup and your breath fills the cup. All right, exhale. Slowly bring your arms and legs back down, turning your cheek resting on the mat. Relaxing here. Notice maybe where you're feeling the strongest sensation, where you feel that energy flowing. All right, and we'll do that one more time. Turn our head, noses toward the mat. Next inhale, lifting our shoulders and our legs, reaching back with our hands. Everything's reaching toward the back of the room. Belly's pulled in slightly. Squeezing our glutes, our feet are going up higher. Hands are reaching back. Nice, deep, grounded breathing. Now on our next exhale, we're going to just bring our arms and our shoulders down, turning our cheek. Feet are still up in the air, squeezing those glutes. Exhale, legs and feet come down, relaxing down our spine. Very good. Now you might tuck your pelvis under a little bit to relieve your lower back. Little counter pose to let the blood flow in there. And now we'll do bow pose while we're here on our belly. So we're going to bend those knees, nose is facing down toward the mat. Inhale, we're going to reach and connect one ankle and then the other. So here we are holding both of our ankles. Next inhale, lifting our shoulders and our knees off the mat, our chest and our knees. Opening up through our heart, pushing your feet into your hands. Big stretch through our quads. Very nice. Exhale. Knees and shoulders come back down. Keep a hold of your ankles here. Just relax. Or you can let go if you want to. But we're going to do it one more time. All right, let's connect there at our ankles, turning our head, nose is on the mat. Next inhale, pushing our feet into our hands, lifting our sternum, our chest off the mat, squeezing our glutes. Nice big breaths, big stretch through our quads, opening up our heart. And exhale, knees, chest, cheek come down. Now we can relax those legs. Oh, let them flop to the ground. Feel like noodles. Very good. Good work. All right. Now we're going to roll to our back. Push your hand into the mat and just roll yourself around. We're going to need our belt here for these poses. I call these open wide angle poses. Some people do them standing, which is fine. That builds balance, right? A lot of strength and balance, but we can get tons of benefit. We do get tons of benefit from doing these supine on our back. So we've got our belt here. We're going to fold our belt in half, bend our right knee, and we're going to take that right foot up to the ceiling, and we're going to put that belt around the arch of our right foot. We want that nice straight leg, so adjust through your belt so that you can keep your leg straight. It's more important that your leg be straight than to be up here by your foot. Like some people might be able to connect here like that. If you can, just you go ahead and do that, but keep that knee straight. Left arm goes straight up to the side. Now, on our next exhale, keeping your left butt cheek on the mat, we're going to open up our hips and let that right foot go down to the side. We want to relax our shoulders and our back. Adjust your belt. I'm letting my belt go a little bit longer to let my leg go down a little bit further. Focal point is that Nice big stretch going up through the inside of that right leg. My right foot is flexed. My shoulders and my jaw are relaxed. Very nice. All right, next inhale, we're gonna bring that foot back up to the center and put our belt into our left hand. Right arm goes wide. And then we're gonna take that right foot all the way over to the left. My right shoulder stays on the mat. My right butt cheek is off the mat, right? Big stretch through the back outside of that right leg. Nice twist here. And now we're gonna turn our head and look over that right shoulder. You can adjust your belt and how high your leg is up to get a deeper stretch. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing. Next inhale. Foot goes back up toward the ceiling. And now here, both of our hands meet on the belt. Next inhale, we're gonna lift up our head and bend our elbows and draw our nose toward our knee. That left leg stays on the mat, straight and strong. Big stretch through the back of that right leg. Nice deep breaths. All right, and exhale, head comes down, bending that right knee. Foot comes down, straightening our leg, adjusting our spine here. Very good. Now notice the difference between your right leg and your left leg. Notice that energy moving through those joints and muscles and ligaments. So good for us. Here we go on the left. We're going to bend that left knee. Left foot goes up toward the ceiling. Belt goes around the arch. And then into our left hand. Right arm goes wide, palm facing the ceiling. Now we're going to open up. That foot is going down toward the floor, keeping that right butt cheek on the floor. Opening up, relaxing our jaw and our shoulders. Adjusting with our belt, maybe to make it a little longer, letting that foot come down. Notice our nice, deep, grounded Ujjayi breathing. All right, next inhale. Foot goes up. Belt goes into our right hand. Left arm goes wide. And we're taking that foot all the way over to the side. Nice twist here. Turning our head to look over that left arm. Keeping that left leg straight so we get that nice big stretch through the back outside of our leg. Next inhale, our foot goes up. Both hands meet on our belt. And then we inhale, bend our elbows, bring our nose toward our knee. Nice big stretch through the back of that left leg. Keeping that right leg straight and strong, counterbalance. And release, head comes down, bending our knee, foot comes down. Straightening out our leg, very good. All right, adjusting our spine here. Let's bend both of our knees. Drawing those legs up to our chest, putting our hands around our shins. Next inhale, we're gonna lift up our head, look down at our toes, and come into a nice, tight little ball. Squeeze, 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 nice and tight. And then let our head and shoulders come down to the mat, still holding our shins. Relax our lower back. Our knees open up a little bit here. We're going to rock from side to side, giving our lower back a little attention. Then coming back to center, feet come down, adjusting our spine, straightening out our legs, and getting ready for our final. A little bit wider than our hips. Our hands are a little bit wider than our shoulders, palms facing up. And we're going to start to notice our breath one more time. This time noticing the float at the top of your inhale and the dive and pause at the bottom of your exhale. Notice the weight of your head resting there on your mat, nice and grounded. Notice how the air feels on your skin. And with our next inhale, we'll roll to our side, bending our knees and our elbows. Resting our head there on our arms, relaxing down our spine. Have a pleasant smile on your face. Thank yourself for all the hard work you do for your body. And thank your body for all the hard work it does for you. Such a miraculous system. Start to move our fingers, wiggle our toes. Start to move our spine around, opening up our eyes. Go ahead and bring ourselves back up to a nice seated position. Nice and comfortable. Bring our hands back up. Thumbs resting right there on our sternum. May the intentions of our heart and the words of our mouth and the thoughts of our mind be to the glory of God. Namaste.